Okay, hello, internet or YouTube. Sorry about that. My battery was about to die on me, so I had to get the spare battery. Luckily, I did have a spare battery, or else you would have had to wait a day before I could upload video 2, or part 2, but now I can do them both on the same day. I'm going to show you some of the cons to the set and also address some problems that I found in other videos. In researching for this, researching meaning thinking about the problems and the good things that I've found in this set, I decided to watch some other YouTube reviews of this set in order to see if there's anything that I had missed. And I noticed there's one video by the Beanmeister22 review of this set, and he says a lot of things that are wrong with it, and I just would like to address those here as well as a few of my own things. First thing he talked about was the bay doors, the cargo bay doors. He said that they fall apart quite a lot, and actually I find with these doors, you see I'm doing this right here and they're not coming off. That here is just a plate that was coming up, but that's not because of these doors. These doors here are perfectly fine. I think I did have a problem with them at one time, but it's probably because I didn't press them together very well. If I myself was designing this set, I would have done these doors the same way. This, in my opinion, is the strongest way to do these doors. And actually, I don't really mind this gap here at the top. Some people may. I'm not going to really address design issues in this. That of the look of the thing, I'm going to address design issues in the performance. The only thing that I do agree with him about these bay doors is that my doors do sometimes get hung up on this little bit here. So that's one thing I do agree with him about. Let me see, what else do we have here? The tail falling off, that does happen if you're going to play with it sometimes, but my tail is put on fairly tightly. I think most of his problems actually in the design of the set were in the way he built it and the way he was handling it. Yeah. My tail is pretty sturdy. As long as you're not going to be going around like this with it all the time, like going through a meteor shower or something, the tail should be pretty sturdy. I do agree with him that this is mostly a display model. That I do agree with him on. These wheels, I'd like to address these wheels. He said that when these wheels pop up, stuff tends to fall off. Never had that problem. Never. Although I do have a different concern with these wheels. That concern is the way the wheels come out. And I noticed they did not fix this on the Expedition. I don't own the Expedition, but I've seen reviews of it. They did not fix this problem. The wheels pop out like this. Same for the front. And the problem with that is, if you ever want to play with the shuttle and you try to land, the wheels pop in. That is because of the way that the wheels go out, because when you hit, then the wheel pops in. Same on the back. The front one may not go in because it can pivot, and so it might catch like that. But these back ones, they pretty much always go in. If you land it, they'll go in. So that is a thing that I would have liked to see LEGO fix. And to be honest, it doesn't seem like that big of a fix. All you have to do is turn this mechanism around. So, yeah, that's one of my things I don't like about this set. Also, I'd like to address the connections in this set. This shuttle is very sturdy. It was built nicely. It's sturdy thing. These rockets, also, nice and sturdy. They do kind of, over time, they will start to separate a bit. But as you can see, even if they do separate, there's an axle that runs the whole length of this thing, the whole way. So nothing is going to really fall off on you, except for maybe these things here, and that's not, like, they're attached to something. So you're not going to have a big deal, and it'll be easy to find. So these things are, like, you can see, the way he was handling them like this and jostling them around, and I think that's what made them break. Like, you can see I'm doing that and it's breaking. That, in my opinion, is what made them break in his review, is the way he was handling them. These rockets are nicely built, unless you're handling them wrong. Again, over time they will start to separate a little bit, but not humongously. This here, the fuel tank also, is, you see there, if you're handling it by just this end, and you're shaking it, it's going to break. like, I don't think he, no offense to him, I just don't think he did a fair review of this set. That, like, in the way that he put on his review, because of the way he was holding it, the way he was holding it contributed to how the set looked on his review. So this is a nicely built thing. I have noticed though that it does start to separate easier than the rockets because of its build. I'm not going to say that it never separates, because it does. I'm just saying that it doesn't completely fall apart like he said. This top part comes off here. It's not meant to. I'm not sure why I did that. So, like, yeah, like, top part coming off isn't a feature of the set. I don't know why I showed you that, but again, I think the way he was handling it contributed drastically to how it looked in his video. But I do want to show you one thing is with these pins here. In his video, I noticed some of the pins came out, and when I actually built this set the first time I built it, that happened to me too. But I think both him and I built it. Oops. So yeah, not very sturdily built. But I think both him and I built this set wrong. Because of the way that these pins go in here, if you look. They can go in a couple of different ways. What you can do is you can put it in this way with, if I pull it out a little bit, you can see the little lip there is on the outside. And if that's the case, it will pull out of these. But if you do it this way with the lip in between these two, it will not pull out. So I think both he and I made that mistake when we built them. And I was going to show you how it, how this thing would try to separate on you if you pick it up very much. But since, like, judging by the big crash, I don't think that's going to happen. Because I can't pause this video, because otherwise it will start a new video and I'll have to upload 2 videos. So yeah, the one thing, as I was saying, I suppose I can do it with this bottom half here. If you do it like this and you have the whole weight of it, then, like, here will start to separate a bit. Not that much, as just happened, but it will start to separate. So watch out for that when you're handling it. And also you can see here on the rocket, it separated a little bit. So the whole thing, with the whole weight on it, of the rocket, if you don't, like, have a hand under here or something, or you're holding it well, if you're not doing that, it will separate a little bit. Otherwise, no, not really. So I'm going to try to keep this video under 5 minutes if I haven't already passed it, because I forgot to put a timer running. I think that's everything. Let me just see here. Oh, yes. The satellite construction. I did that. And also the arm of this. Zoom in here a bit. Alright. One thing you may notice is, or may have noticed if you've seen his video, is that his arm does not have all these things coming up here. All these little connectors. So, for one thing, I don't know. That's not really anything to design. I'm just saying he forgot to put those on, or he took them off. This arm, I don't think I've ever had a problem with this arm. Ever. It works really well, except for maybe this little end piece here. Comes off sometimes when I'm taking off the satellite. That's it. The satellite construction, pretty sturdy. This part down here, I'll just show you here. This lower half, like, because of the way it's attached, it will rotate on you a bit. So it's like that. I've had little bits of problem with it in the past of it breaking off, but it's pretty sturdy now. I'm not sure if I modified it or not. And again, I can't really pause the video, and I don't think you want to wait a few minutes for me to go dig around for the instruction book to see if I marked a modification or not, but it works pretty well. Holds up pretty dang well. So I think I've addressed all the problems that he puts forward in his video. Alright. Oh, no, I didn't. He talked about the rockets. These here, I don't mind these. These are, like, mine are not loose. I'm not sure if his are loose or not, but this isn't bad. These rockets, I do have a problem with these rockets. This center one here likes to come off. I don't think I've really had a problem with these two, but this center one does like to come off. So I do agree with him on that. So, as always, if you like my videos, please feel free to comment and subscribe. Thank you.